All right, my friends, so today we're gonna talk about how to get a good snap so that you make it over obstacles, even though they might feel so close to the popping part. So for example, this bump to ball, a lot of times I'd avoid skating it because it feels like I have to pop super high. Otherwise I'm going to run into the obstacle. So if you feel like you're running into obstacles too soon, this video is going to help you understand how to approach, you know, popping over it, snapping over something like this. So just to give an example, I'm going to or give some examples. I'm going to do ollie, front 180 and back 180 in both stances, and you know, talk to you about how I position myself over the lead foot, engage, and make sure that I'm facing the direction I'm going so that I make it as efficient as possible to make it over the obstacle, in this case the bump to ball. So I'm gonna do a regular ollie first. Okay, so for the regular ollie, it's very simple. You know, I've been doing ollies now for like 17, 18 years. And so it's very intuitive for me to be centered over that lead foot. So that's a given. What is a bit more challenging, depending on the obstacle, is making sure I'm engaged. So what I mean by engaged is, am I getting closer to the board? Let me go on flat. Am I getting closer to the board so that when I'm able to pop, I'm engaging the whole body, and I can, you know, have a very powerful output in terms of an ollie, right? So centered over the lead foot, engaged, and also staying engaged as I go for the snap, and I'm in the air, right? If you notice, I'm not over the ball like this. If you pause the video, you're gonna see me engaged throughout the whole trick. And so as far as engagement goes, you want to make sure you're holding that from the roll up to the land. Okay, so centered over the lead foot, engaged, and also making sure you're opened up to the direction I'm going. So if we're gonna go on this side over here. We got swarmed right now. On this side, we're gonna see a front angle, and you're going to see that my chest is slightly opened up to the direction I'm going. So I'm not fully like this, ollieing, right? All the way open. I'm just slightly opened up to the direction I'm going. So you're gonna see that when I do the front 180, but it also applies to, or it should apply for effectiveness on all of these tricks. So you can stand right here on this line. I'm gonna do the front 180. So I landed very extended right there, but you can see that when I rolled up, I'm here, and then even when I landed, I don't fully turn all the way. I allow myself to stay opened up to the direction I'm going. So similar to how you need to be engaged from the roll up to the roll out, or roll in to the roll away. Same thing applies with your body, with yourself being opened up to the direction you're going. Rolling up and then rolling away, opened up. So you're gonna see the same example, and I'm hoping to improve on the engagement on the roll away. So maybe you want to be on this a little bit further because I feel like it was too close. Now I'm gonna do back 180. Same things apply. Stay centered over that lead foot, open up to the direction you're going, engage, and then land in that way as well. So on that one, I didn't do my best in landing opened up, but you can see that even as I landed, I'm slightly rotating so that I'm opening up towards the end. So even if you don't land over here and are able to land on your right side and then come up, it's still okay. The intention is to have your body opening up throughout the rollaway, okay? So it doesn't need to be perfect, but the goal is to open up. Now, these are gonna be a bit more challenging, and this is where I'm really gonna get tested if I can apply these same methods. I want you on the same side, please, that we started, so that you can see myself centered over my right foot when I'm going switch, right? Because the inclination, when you're first learning how to skate, you want to lean back because you feel like it helps you get over, but instead what that's doing is not giving you an effective snap or very good chance of going over. So I want to maintain this centered, engaged, and opening up. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, you guys can pause it there and see that when I popped, I was kind of like this. So again, we're gonna be super, super, what is the word? Intentional about staying over the right side. Okay, that was better. A good thing to take count of is how you land, even on your bills, is a big representation of how you're starting. So if you land like this, that might also mean most times that you started over your lead foot, right? If you land on your lead foot, that means you started on your lead foot. All right, I think what's missing was being a bit more engaged. So I'm gonna place a bit more intention on being a bit more engaged on this attempt. Okay, one try home. Okay, so it's super important that when you're learning something or trying to be intentional about anything is that you're giving yourself time to reset. On this last one, I gave myself a little more time, but I'm pausing here so that I give myself even that much more because I already feel like I'm rushing myself. So if you feel like you're rushing yourself, take it as an opportunity to remind yourself that you need a reset. Take a good breather, calm the heartbeat, and then give it another go. So I'm gonna get up there, pause, and go for it. All right, the switch back with Nate is gonna be super hard, but so there's room for improvement. I didn't land as engaged as I would have liked to, so that means that means I wasn't as engaged when I snapped. But like I said, you're really looking to stay centered over that lead foot. The lead foot changes depending on what stance you are, right? If I'm skating switch or fakie, my lead foot is right. If I'm skating regular and ollie, lead foot is left. Okay, so we're gonna give switch back 3 attempts. Really gonna give this one just 3 tries. I forgot yesterday I injured myself, and right now I'm really feeling a bit of burning sensation where I injured myself, and so I don't want to overdo it. So I'm gonna give it 3 tries and see how well I apply these you know, these concepts. Oh, nice. I thought that one was gonna be the harder one. Okay, it was the easiest one actually. And the important thing for me to consider is if I'm, or ask myself, am I opening up for the switch back 180, right? Usually when I first learned them, I was starting from here and just jumping, but that really didn't give me a lot of range of motion to maximize the control, right? And so it worked when I launched off of stuff, but when I tried this trick onto ledges or mani pads, it was restricting because it didn't let me, you know, be effective with my snap, you know, pop, or I mean my snap, my rotation, and even stability when I landed it. So this really gives me that control that I need to open up and to snap properly when I'm doing it on any obstacles, especially ones that are a bit higher compared to what you might be comfortable from or what I'm comfortable with. So having said that, make sure you're applying these 3 concepts, staying over that lead foot, you know, making sure that you're opening up to the direction you're going, and also engaging throughout the whole trick if you're trying to get, you know, a good snap and, you know, make your way up as far as like how high you can skate over things. Having said that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, if you're interested in coaching or lessons, I'm here at La Puente, but I'm also I also go to all the parks in LA, and so you can hit me up at profe.carlos if that interests you. Having said that, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.